Okay, right. A filter is constructed from purely reactive elements, for otherwise the attenuation would never become zero in the passband of the filter network. Filters differ from simple resonant circuits in providing a substantially constant transmission over the band which they accept. This band may lie between any limits depending upon the design. Ideally, filters should produce no attenuation in the desired band called transmission band or pass band, and should provide total or infinite attenuation at all other frequencies called attenuation band or stop band. The frequency which separates the transmission band and the attenuation band is defined as the cutoff frequency of the filters and is designated as designated by FC. See, that means we're having low frequency filters, high frequency filters. Let's say we have band stop filters, band elimination filters, of course, but in general, low frequency filters, low pass filters, and high pass filters. What do you mean by low pass filters? Low pass filter means, let's say cut-in frequency is FC. Low pass filter means less than FC, less than your cut-in frequency, your filter will works. That is a pass band. Above that, it is an attenuation band. It won't allow. Okay, that is the attenuation band or stop band. It won't allow. Coming to the high frequency filters or high pass filters. High pass filters is, let's say your cut-in frequency is FC more than your cut-in frequency. Let's say your cut-in frequency may be 1 kilohertz. Above 1 kilohertz, okay, above 1 kilohertz, the filter will allow. Okay, that is called the pass band above 1 kilohertz frequency. In the low pass filters, let's say cut-in frequency is 1 kilohertz means it will allow, the filter will allow less than 1 kilohertz frequency. That's what. The low frequency filters, above your cut-in frequency, it is a stop band or attenuation band. In the high frequency filter, less than your cut-in frequency FC, it is the stop band or attenuation band. That is the simple logic. Filter networks are widely used in communication systems to separate various voice channels in carrier frequency telephone circuits. Filters also find applications in instrumentation, especially your branch instrumentation, telemetering equipment, etc., where it is necessary to transmit or attenuate limited range of frequencies. What is application means? In the transmission or in the telemetric or the instrumentation. Anyhow, in the filters means, so which band of frequency has to pass and which band has to be stopped or eliminated. Based upon that, you can give the low frequency filter, low pass filter or high pass filter or band stop filter or band elimination filter. So like that. So you have the wide applications. So here we'll see what are the different type of the filters. So anyhow, we have discussed the two-port network. Okay, you have the two-port networks like this, V1 and V2. Okay, simple two-port network with the Z parameters or open circuit parameters. V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 plus V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So like that, a simple two-port network. Okay, here the common algorithms you might have seen, the decibels D is equal to 10 into log P1 by P2. Okay, if you define low pass filter means you have to define the cut for low pass or high pass or whatever. First, you have to define your cutoff frequency. The low pass filter less than your cutoff frequency, the particular frequency of the signals will pass. Less than your cutoff frequency, the signals will pass. In the high pass filter, more than your cutoff frequency, the particular frequency band will pass. Band pass filter and band elimination filter. You just look at all at a glance, the simple figure. Okay, for low pass filter, less than your cut-in frequency is your pass band. Above that, it is the stop band or attenuation band. For high pass filter, more than your cut-in frequency is your pass band. Less than that, it is an attenuation band or stop band. For band pass filter, you have the two frequencies. In between your two frequencies, it will pass. The signals will pass. Okay. So above that and below that. Okay, we are fixing the frequency maybe 1 kilohertz to 2 kilohertz. Less than 1 kilohertz and more than 2 kilohertz. It is the stop or attenuation band. Between 1 kilohertz to 2 kilohertz, it is a pass band. That particular signals will gone through. So band stop or band elimination is opposite to your band pass. So let's say 1 kilohertz and 2 kilohertz are the two frequencies. Between 1 kilohertz and 2 kilohertz, the signal won't pass, but less than 1 kilohertz and more than 2 kilohertz, it will pass. That is a band elimination. In that particular band, it won't accept. The band pass only during that particular band, it accepts. That's only the difference. Right. So why we are having this many low pass, high pass, band stop, or band elimination? Because in the telemetric or instrumentation of the communication side, you will have the different applications. This particular frequency has to go. This particular frequency has to stop. So like that, you have to design your filter in such a way, okay, in such a way that your particular band has to be, your particular frequency signal has to be transmitted. So for that reason, you can use applications of all these. Which filter may be helpful out of these four? These are the generalized filters. These are the filter networks. Ideally, filter should have a zero attenuation in the pass band. Okay. What do you mean by zero attenuation in the pass band? Pass band means that particular signal must has to gone through. There should not be any stop or any attenuation. This condition only be satisfied if the elements of the filter are dissipation less, which can't be realized in practice. Do you have any element which is having a dissipation less element, which is having no dissipation? Generally, it's not possible. So filters are designed with an assumption that the elements of the filters are purely reactive. Dissipation less means purely reactive. Inductor, no dissipation. Pure inductor means it does not have any resistance component. The moment if you have the resistance component only, the concept of dissipation, heat dissipation, it's a wastage. It's a loss. Dissipation is a loss. The dissipation component exists only if it is a resistive component. If it is a purely a reactive component or pure inductor, let's say pure inductor, it doesn't have any dissipation. Pure inductor doesn't have any dissipation, but in practice, having a pure inductive component generally not possible. So ideally, the possibilities are there. So filters, so you should have the component more inductive in nature. That's what. Filters are made of symmetrical T section, pi section. Okay, this is called the T. Okay, and called the pi, last one. Okay, this is the pi networks. T are pi sections. T and pi sections can be confused. Ladder structure is one of the component forms of the filter network's ladder. It's a cascading. So one to the next. So this is a ladder type network. So the study of behavior of any filters. Any filter requires the calculation of propagation constant gamma and attenuation alpha, phase shift beta. So these characteristics should be required. So based upon that might you have seen in your communications. You have any communication subject related? What is a wave propagation? Okay. Shift. What is a shift? What is a Z naught? Characteristic impedance. This Z naught is called as characteristic impedance. Z naught is equal to root L by C. Characteristic impedance. Okay. So based upon that parameters, we use it to design the filters. How this propagation constant, shift constant. So how these components are related. If you just go and see, but according to our syllabus, so what are the different types of the filters and how to address them? Actually, so this particular notes is visible now. This filters is visible. Based on components present in the filter, filters are classified as active filter, passive filter. This screen is visible. Is the screen visible or not? Rule number 9.
Visible, sir.
Yeah, this one, right? Active filter and passive filter. Right. So the detailed information and some basics we will go through this topic, this particular material and notes. So active and passive. Active filters are made up of operational amplifiers and capacitor. Generally, inductor is not used in the active filter. So what we have seen just now, it's a pure reactive component such as inductors. But generally, inductor is not used in the active filter since the size of inductor is bulky, cost is high. The active filter, it is possible to increase the gain of the system. Passive filter is made up of series and parallel LC sections. Okay. Inductor and capacitor component. We have seen reactive. Reactive elements are your inductor and capacitor. Your resistance is not nowhere reactive component. It is having dissipation. It's a pure resistive component. So inductors and capacitors, LC components. We're having inductor, next capacitor. Inductor, next parallel capacitor. Series inductor, capacitor. So like that, LC ladders, like that ladder construction. In passive filter, it is not possible to increase gain of the system. So low pass, high pass, band pass. So apart from that, so this is RL circuit of LPF. This is a second order system having pure inductive and capacitive component. Okay, this is a first order filter having resistive component. Of course, generally resistive component are not advisable because they are having dissipation. You can simply find out the transfer function. It's a simple first order. How you can tell it is a first order and it is a second order? Just write its characteristic equation. Just find out its transfer function. So based upon that, you can whether it is S square or S component. Okay, L means Ls, C means 1 by Cs. So if these two components are there, obviously it is a second order system. And R and C, R means just R, C means 1 by Cs. Only one S component will be there. Okay, here S square component will come into the picture. So second order system. So write your transfer functions based upon that. So based upon that, in that low pass filter, high pass filter. It is a high pass filter, only high frequency of signal. So this is a pass band, this is a stop band. Okay, so like that you can define whether it is the this is the pass band, this is a stop band, this is the low pass filter, right? Less than 500 Hz it is pass band, above 500 Hz it is stop band. So it is a low pass filter for lower frequencies. So like that we have the band stop filter, that particular just now we have seen in that book, scan and copy of book, band stop filter. So that particular band between 1 kHz to 2 kHz, it has been stopped, band stop. Band BEF, band elimination filter. Band stop or band elimination filter is the same. Next is a BPF, band pass filter. Between that band, the signal will be passed. Band elimination or band stop means during that particular band, the signal will not be transmitted or the passed. Second order filters. So by looking at the filter, whether we can tell whether it is a low pass or high pass or band pass. See simply, S is nothing but j omega. Yes or no? The control systems you might have seen. Your S is equal to j omega, right? Your S plane is the imaginary plane. Your S plane, vertical. S is equal to j omega. So nothing but j omega means related to the frequency. So S is related to your frequency. Yes or no?
Sir.
Right. So in the place of S, you just put frequency. Okay. Infinite and 0. Then you can test where it is visible. Whether it is a low pass filter or a high pass filter. Just to put your frequency as 0 and frequency as infinite. The place of S. Then you will understand whether it is low pass or high pass or band pass. Based upon that, you can decide your filters. So that's what the characteristic equation. For the second order system, this will be the characteristic equation. S square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. We have seen in the control systems, we have seen in the for the series RLC circuit. Okay. So based upon that, for the second order system, we can decide and define whether it is a second order, whether it is a band stop, band pass, high pass or low pass. Okay. The quality factor. The resonance. The term called quality factor we might have discussed in the resonance. The concept of resonance. When the resonance will occur, your inductive and capacitive reactance. Your XL is equal to XC. Then frequency at the resonance is 1 by 2 pi root LC. Okay, we have seen all those things in the resonance, series resonance and parallel resonance. The physical resonance, that example also I mentioned during the time of resonance. The particular videos might be available. See, Q is equal to L omega by R, quality factor. We define the quality factor. Q is equal to L omega by R during the time of resonance. There are some of the calculations based upon that. Okay. So magnetically coupled circuits, we have seen, okay, what is a self-inductance, what is a mutual inductance. Okay, self-inductance means the current in the coil and the flux linking in the coil. Okay, but mutual inductance means, mutual flux means the two coils when placed side by side, this flux, some part of the flux of coil 1 linked to the coil 2, in the concept of mutual inductance. There we define what is the coefficient of coupling. M is equal to K into root L by L2. Your K is equal to M by root L1 L2. The coefficient of coupling value is always less than or equal to 1. Okay, 0 to 1. It should not be equal to. Sometimes in the ideal case it may be equal to 1. Generally it is less than 1. It is more than 0, less than 1. 0 means no coupling. 1 means 100% coupling. Both do not happen in general. 100% coupling and 0% coupling. So parallel aiding and parallel opposing for the dot convention. The dot convention will speak whether the parallel aiding or parallel opposing. The two currents are entering at the dots, same dots. They are aiding. One is at entering, current entering, one it is at one dot is at current leaving position. Then parallel opposing. So like that, series also. Series aiding, series opposing. Okay. So one terminal, the current entering, one dot. Another is at current leaving position. So opposing. L1 plus L2 minus 2M, L1 plus L2 plus 2M. So like that, series and parallel aiding. So this is about filters, magnetically coupled circuits. The concepts related to the filters today we have seen. About the filters. So in the next two classes, okay, in the coming two classes, that is on class on Thursday and Friday, we'll solve problems. We'll solve complete problems on network theory. And if any uncovered topics as mentioned in your GATE syllabus, I'll share once again, I'll share your GATE syllabus in your group. Okay, as per the GATE syllabus, we are discussing everything. If not also any topics also we'll discuss. And Friday I'll conclude your syllabus. From Saturday or Sunday onwards, another subject will start. By this Friday, I'll conclude your network theory GATE syllabus. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll solve some problems, some beautiful problems. Okay. So conceptual based problems. Based upon that, we can improve, we can enhance our knowledge in this particular network theory or circuit theory. Okay. And we'll identify some good concept level problems and we will solve that. So as per E&I GATE syllabus, the topics are completed, but we need to solve few more problems. Almost for every model we are using to solve one or two, but this time we'll identify some set of good problems, generally GATE appeared problems, and we will solve the coming two classes, so that by Friday we will conclude this syllabus. Okay, and if you have any doubt related to the topic still now, you can ask. I'm just stopping my recording. You can ask the questions for another 5 to 10 minutes.